bar jumping up at the top. It is going to be recorded. Like everything I mentioned in my last session on InTouch, everything's being recorded and uploaded to a YouTube page where you guys can find all of these trainings. And let's go ahead and get started. So I've got my screen shared here. I am going to send out this link in my recap that will get you guys to Hootsuite's free account. Now, they do have paid versions of this program at several different tiers, and they will try to sell it to you, but you don't need it, especially if you're just getting started on your social media strategy, or if you're only focused on 3 profiles being in this platform. That's where the caps end at the free plan. You can get 3 social profiles. You have 1 user that can manage it, and you can schedule 30 posts per month with the free tool. I've already got a plan. So what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and show you how you'll connect everything and what this tool will bring you and your business as far as an asset goes. So this is the dashboard to Hootsuite. Once you have created your free account, you will do 2 things. You will link your social media channels to Hootsuite, and you'll organize this in a way that makes sense to you. So this posts and message section, or streams, as it's called, is where you can manage everything that's happening on your active channels. I have disconnected my channels so I can walk you guys through connecting them. So we're going to start there, but I want to stress this software has 2 spots where you guys are going to live: stream and publisher. Everything else is of no real importance to you because it filters into the areas where they will try to sell you things. Obviously, the tools section, if you need to access your account, manage your social networks, all of that is done right here under your little account icon. All of this gets set up when you create your account, but the only thing we need to focus on is social networks. So make this easy on yourself. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're logged into, so the big 3 that we talk about using are Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Facebook owns Instagram. Together, they are the biggest juggernaut in the social media space. Instagram is the largest network that's ever existed in this kind of space, and it's grown faster than anything has either. And more people are using it, and the older the platform gets, the older the people that are using it get. There's more than a million reasons that you guys need to have a business presence on these channels. And then LinkedIn is the other one that I'm going to connect because it's a great professional space to continue networking in, and it's the other one that I have that I maintain, so it's the one I'm going to connect. As always, and with everything I discussed in the InTouch classes, do not connect social networks that you do not manage. There's nothing worse for your brand than having a network up that people can get to that hasn't been updated in more than a few days. So I am going to first go into my, let's go into my Facebook and make sure I am logged in. And then the Facebook will automatically push you to Instagram. So I've got that one logged in, and then I've got my LinkedIn logged in as well. And now that these are set, I'm going to go back to my Hootsuite account and connect my social networks. First one I'm going to connect is my Facebook. So I'm going to go connect with Facebook. Will bring you to a window where you can choose the business page you want to add. I am going to go ahead and add this business page and hit done. You don't need to have an ads account. You should be able to skip this. I happen to have one, so it's automatically going to sync with it. I'm not buying ads through this system. Don't buy ads through this system. If you see something that tells you to buy an ad through this system, don't do it. Moving on. Now that that's connected, I'm going to go to Instagram. I'm going to go connect with Instagram. I'm already logged into my Facebook, so it's going to see me, found my Instagram account. I'm gonna give it permission to access all of the information that it needs. Gonna confirm by going into, oh yeah, always make sure your accounts are business accounts. I don't have my Instagram set up as a business account, so I can't connect that specific one. And we're going to go and do my LinkedIn because I know that one's going to work because that's set up the way it should be. My password. Give it permission. Boom. So now, why do you need to have a business account? Algorithmically speaking, on the back end of these channels, they operate 100% differently in regards to how your information is fed into the system and how it gets fed back out to consumers is a business platform versus a user consumer platform. If you have any aspirations as a business, you need to have a business platform. So that being said, once all of those are connected, we're going to go back to my streams and we can go ahead and start adding my streams to this system. And there we go. We've got Instagram, which will show my posts. We've got Facebook, shows my posts, my mentions. Anybody that mentions my page will show up here. And then my LinkedIn, and you can see when everything has happened on each of these channels. You can have a compact view, you can have the standard view, you can make it bigger. There's all kinds of, you can add another social network from here if you'd like. Obviously, we're using all three that we have. If you want to refresh every 10 minutes, you can have it manually refresh. You can refresh every 30 minutes, meaning that, you know, if there's changes, if there's posts, if there's things happening, all of these will update if you're leaving it open. And then the other thing, now that all that's set, is the publisher. The publisher is where all of the post creation lives. Now, this is where your strategy comes into play, right? What are you using your channels for? What are the driving forces behind it? What is the audience you have come accustomed to seeing from you, and what are they interested in beyond, you know, the real estate side of what you do? You want to make sure you've got, I always recommend have a social media folder that you save stuff in that you can share later as you're stumbling across things in your day-to-day. Have stuff, built up a library so you have these posts. Like I said, this shouldn't be a place where you're thinking too hard. This isn't where all those heartfelt posts about how much you care about your community or your pets or your children or your job or whatever go. This is where quick information or grab and go posts go, again, to remain a level of consistency across all of your channels, to elevate your brand in the internet space. So what is that? You know, that's a lot of words, right? So what do we want to do? Like, let's say I am going to use this as an example. Let's say I found this great article about our new ad campaign that came out a few weeks back. I want to save this for later to post it on Hootsuite. So I'm going to go to, with Chrome, I'm going to go into my tools and I am going to create a shortcut to this article. Hit save. That's going to save it to my desktop where I can then grab that article. Where'd it go? It is called, let's see, it's from Adweek. When I saved it, it was called Homeward Bound Powerfully Drives. So I need to go and find Homeward Bound. It's saved onto my desktop. Or maybe I have it saved Did I set it to automatically? No. Sorry about that. This happens sometimes, right? You guys don't know where something saves. So with my computer, I can just go ahead and search. And there it is. I'm going to go ahead and open its location. It is on my desktop. For some reason, I couldn't find it. And I'm going to move it into my social media folder. So now I've got a little icon saved for later. And that shortcut, when I click on it, takes me right to that article. So as you're finding stuff, always save things. Utilize assets like the CB blogs or BrandServe to get quick posts. I'm going to quickly show you how you can go in here. We're going to schedule two kinds of posts. I'm going to schedule an article I want to share, and I'm going to schedule a traditional social media post to kind of cover your bases on things you would do. So let's say I want to grab the next holiday post. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to social. And I can grab my April holidays in BrandServe. I'm going to go customize. And we're going to select Coldwell Banker Realty. Pick the one I want to do. The next holiday is Volunteer Appreciation Day. I'm going to generate the proof. You can view what it looks like. It's just going to give you the post with the appropriate logo, ready for you to use. I'm going to close out of that, add this to my cart, which will give me the option to then download it. Place my order. And boom, I'm going to download my file. I'm going to take this file, and again, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my social media folder. So I've got all this stuff in one place right where I need it. Now, actually, we'll go over 3 different posts. I've got 3 posts that I want to make. So we're going to go into Hootsuite and go into the calendar. Awesome. We've got today. I'm going to make the first post today. So you've got, this works like any other calendar. Scroll all the way to the top. You've got 12 a.m. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You've got 11 p.m. If things look weird and like you look at this and it goes, hey, it's not actually, let's say this green line was way down here at like 6 p.m. because, other time zones are ahead of us. If you're in the wrong time zone, go to Accounts and Settings. Make sure you are in the right time zone and save account info. If we are, if everything's correct, everything looks like it's supposed to, I'm going to go 5 o'clock. I want this post to go on all my channels. I'm going to choose 5 o'clock and I'm going to hit New Post. So first step, choose what social networks you want. I want to go to all of them. 1, 2, 3. But, obviously I can't do the personal Instagram, so I'm going to delete that. Actually, let me keep it for examples purposes, because what you're going to notice with the article, we're going to start there. When you guys share an article traditionally to a platform like Facebook, everyone's kind of accustomed to putting the article there. An image automatically generates, fetching preview. And then you can share that post and type whatever you want in here. But that won't happen for Instagram. So what do you need to do? You need to add your own media. And specifically, when you're sharing something like an article, you need to make sure you have an image to go with it. So this happens to be credited to Coldwell Banker, so we don't have to worry about credit here. We can save this image and use it if we wanted to for this post to keep it consistent. Or I can upload one that I already have that is either just a company logo in this case, because it's a Coldwell Banker related article, or that's just something public domain or something you took that's associated with this. Main thing is don't use the article photo without crediting in your post whoever that goes to. So let's say this was a Getty image. I would put in my description at the very end, photo courtesy of Getty Images or David Photographer or whoever. Always important. Big note. Like I said in every other class I've done, don't post things without giving proper credit to the copyright holder. Now, all that being said, we're going to go ahead and we've got our channel set. I'm going to drop that link right in here. And as you can see, it auto-generated an image for both of them, but it didn't for Instagram. So I'm going to go into this media. I'm going to click the X to remove the media that's there, but my link still stays. I'm going to go drag and drop files here. I can go to my social media folder. I could include the image from the article that I saved, or I can include an image that I grabbed, another one that I grabbed out of BrandServe. And now you can see there's a consistency. Now, big point to note, Instagram, business profile or not, does not allow live links in posts. Links can only go in bios. So there's two things you can do here. You can leave the link in the system and just leave it as a post for people to copy and paste out of, or you can make these posts and then go to Instagram later and put the link into the bio and then edit your Instagram post on your phone to say link in bio. If you want more information about that, reach out to your SSA or your FMS and they can help you with those kind of steps. So now we've got our image in here and we've gone over the links because as you can see here, I can click, these links are live and we can make sure that they work. But obviously, like I said, that doesn't work here. But this looks very ugly, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to hit Owly, shorten with Owly. And that's going to make the link nice and small and compact. So we can now go on below it and type on top or below and type in our message. This is a wonderful write-up about our current ad campaign built around how hashtag Coldwell Banker has been guiding you home since 1906. And you can see again, post shows up nice and clean. Now, hashtags are a whole other game in and of itself. I'm going to talk about them briefly here because of their importance to what we're doing, but you want to make sure that your posts are always hashtagged with things that are both relevant to the post and be popular and being followed. Consumers can follow hashtags. Hashtags feed into the greater network of each of these social media systems to help link you with other users, to link you with relevant topics, and to help your post, again, climb and navigate that space algorithmically in the back end. What I like to do and what I always recommend to people to do is to help break apart your posts. I've got my message in there. I've got one hashtag that I've been able to build into the actual post itself. I'm going to put a couple of periods here to separate the message from my actual row of hashtags that'll connect to the system. Usually want to have, at least a handful, 3 to 5, but no more than like 10, right? Don't be annoying with it. But build into things. Again, real estate is a very popular, widely used hashtag. So we're going to use that. We've already got the Coldwell Banker hashtag in there. If this happens to be related to, COVID-19, we can use that. And, whatever else you would be interested in using. I've got a great little handout about hashtags and their relevance. I will send in the recap for this class that you guys can review. Again, feel free to reach out with questions or reach out to your SSA or FMS about questions in regards to this kind of stuff. I want to get through creating these posts for you. But now let's say we are done. We've got our post, we've got our article, all of that good stuff is ready to go. We like how everything looks. We're happy with the date and time and schedule. Oh yeah, right. I've gotta just remember, not a business page. So I'm gonna disable that. Now I'm ready with the two that I can do. I'm gonna hit schedule. And boom, you can see 5 p.m. scheduled, ready to go. Let's say now I want to do a traditional post for the thing I downloaded at a brand serve, Assistance Day, whatever it happens to be. Also, as you can see, I clicked on it. You can see details to see your post. It will go out as scheduled. But now let's go ahead. That thing was on the 20th. So I'm going to go to the 20th. And I want that to post at around 9 a.m. when everyone's kind of browsing their phones. I'm going to pick the networks. And since this one's an image to start with, I'm going to go ahead and grab that image, plop it in there. And same deal. I'm going to go ahead and create my post. Make sure everything looks good. Just in my example, I'm removing Instagram because it doesn't work. And schedule. Same thing with images that you've taken. So I've got something on my Monday. Tuesday, I know I'm going to be out on tour, so I can post stories and maybe post my favorite home that I saw that day, or I'm going out to a restaurant. Obviously, those examples don't work right now, but let's say Tuesday is when I review all of the businesses that are going to be open for this week. So I know I'm going to talk to my audience via a story, so I'm not going to post anything there. And I'm going to say, hey, tune in to my Instagram or my Facebook to find out my favorite restaurants this weekend that I'm recommending you order takeout from. Make sure you shop small, support your local businesses, etc. Also, remember to check my website for a running complete list of all of these things, right? Always remember, build in call to actions to your other things. So I'm going to say Wednesday, I'm going to make a nice post at 10 a.m. about how much I miss Bixby Bridge. So I'm going to drop in a photo that I've taken. Again, I own the copyright, but if I didn't, I would go in here after choosing what networks I want the thing to go to. I would go in here and let's pretend I didn't take this picture, and I would go text about how much I miss the outdoors. Make something engaging for your audience by going, what are some of the places you are excited to visit once shelter in place ends, right? Give them something to engage with the post. And then, all of our hashtags to make it relevant. And hashtags cannot have ampersands or special characters in them. As you can see, it breaks up. You know a hashtag is working when it is clickable like these. So you can't have spaces. You always want to make sure, see if I break up Big Sur, now only big, so you'd be hashtag big. I want hashtag Big Sur. Keep it together. Put spaces between your hashtags. Don't put spaces inside of your hashtags. And then I'm going to end all of this with photo courtesy. I spelled that wrong. Whoops. And then no harm, no foul, schedule, and we're good to go. And that is essentially all you really need to do with this system. It's built to supplement and maintain a level of consistency around your existing social media strategy and elevate it to that next level to make sure that, like I said, there's a level of content being put out there that can keep people's eyes around your profiles. So when you do have something important you want to share, or something we think really needs traction, it's not out of the blue and people aren't used to seeing it and therefore don't engage with it. I am going to go ahead and open up our floor for questions and see if there are any that you guys have. Feel free to unmute yourselves or type in any into the chat bar, I will put 2 minutes on the clock. All right, I'm gonna take it. There's no questions. Thank everybody for being here today. This, as always, is going to be posted to the YouTube channel where you can find all this stuff. I will put all of the assets I talked about, including in the recap that gets blasted out. Everybody take care, stay healthy, have a great weekend, and don't forget to do the survey. I appreciate it. We all do. Take care.